came out and felt so great.
We're gonna go back and we're gonna have a lot where do we go?
Hello guys, welcome back to this amazing channel. The guy is addicted to guys. Thank you so much. So I'll start by appreciating you for tuning into this channel again. And if you haven't subscribed, kindly guys consider subscribing. And to my returning viewers, I appreciate your support. I'm saying thank you so much. And let's have today's vlog. With me here, I have a visitor. She's not a visitor to me, but she's a visitor to the channel. So welcome, bro.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
So you can introduce yourself. You can tell us your name, whom you are, where are you coming from, why are you here, and maybe what have you brought here, or what do you want to take from here.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, good people in my friend's channel. That is Masubo Joel.
Musimo.
Musimo.
Yeah.
Musimo Joel.
Yeah.
I really thank you for hosting me here because no any other person can do that the way you have just done it willingly.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, I go by the name Farm with Maxwell.
Yeah.
That's my YouTube channel name, where I usually call myself the animal lover, but to my surprise, I'm an animal lover with no animal. I don't keep any animal. Yeah?
Thank you so much. Let me interrupt you.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
So guys, you've heard his name is Farm with Maxwell.
Yeah.
Kindly guys, check him out. Farm with Maxwell. And I guess if you hear that name, Farm,
Yes.
you'll automatically knows whom I'm having.
Yes.
So sorry for interruption. You can continue.
Yeah, because basically I do things like farming.
Yeah.
When you just go to my YouTube channel, you see me interacting with different animals because I'm very much passionate about those animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically I'm not a qualified person because I'm just a shamba boy, yeah? With that gift and knowledge about animals.
Yeah.
Actually, just a history about myself, yeah? This journey, I just started it in Eldoret, that is in Kenya, where I just went to work in a farm just like a shamba boy. But because I wanted to know what things are happening here. I came, then I got this knowledge. So now I'm just, because I'm no longer there in Eldoret, but I usually go sometimes for benchmarking because I have to show my audience, yeah?
Yeah.
I came out of Eldoret with that respect, so I can even go back to Eldoret anytime. So now I'm in the community, giving them knowledge about these animals. Yes, guys, that is what I can only say. Remember, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, the way I said, I go by the name Farm with Maxwell. Yeah. Yes.
So you are a content creator.
Yes, I'm a content creator.
Yeah, thank you so much. Guys, he's also a content creator, and for the days that we've interacted with him, he's a good guy. And honestly speaking, I don't interact with many content creators.
Okay.
And my content, it's different from other people's content. And you are the first person whom I'm meeting that our content are rhyming. So right now I have someone whom I can even exchange ideas. So kindly consider subscribing to his channel.
Yeah, just to tell them, I'm just 1.5 months old in YouTube.
1.5 months old in YouTube.
Not
but
monetized still.
The channel has not been monetized. So just help me to push his channel so that he can be monetized. If you subscribe and watch his video, do you have a playlist?
Yes, I have a playlist. Yeah.
Okay, so he has a playlist. At least you can play his playlists and watch his previous video so that you can support him in any way. Yeah. And you said you love farming. And you love animals. And you don't have animals.
I don't have animals.
How do you love something that you don't have?
Yeah, okay. One thing about me, I have, because I just said I was a shamba boy, so that one I just have passion about those all animals. When somebody watches my video, you will see how I have interactive sessions with different kinds of animals. The domestic animal mostly, because so far I'm just interacting with the domestic animals. So that is just the way you just call it a gift. So that means I do that. But the reason why I don't have animals, because I personally, I know one day I'll be having animals, a good farm.
So that is your wish?
Yeah, that's my wish.
Okay.
The reason is this why I don't have animals. You know, these animals, they require finances. You have to buy an animal. Apart from buying an animal, you have to make sure that this animal thrives well. So that means you have to feed this animal. And you have to dedicate yourself to animals the way somebody dedicates himself to animals. Yes.
That is true. That is true. Animals, for you having or owning those animals, it's a bit expensive. It's a bit expensive. But if you feel like buying him a cow or a heifer, how will you feel if someone decides to buy you a heifer?
I'll be very happy. Actually, I'll be very happy. I'll be very happy and I'll be very thankful.
So you've been maybe taking care of the animals.
Yes,
you know,
animals.
You have some tips or
I have
some ideas
tips,
on how to deal with them.
Yes.
So that is good. I'm also a small scale farmer.
Yes.
I really like farming.
Okay.
And this guy visited me. We were in my farm.
Yes.
We moved around.
Yes.
We discussed one or two things, and I realized that he have more knowledge. He's richer than me in terms of knowledge.
Because actually some people,
because I learned a lot.
Because some people mistake me to be a vet.
Even me, I did that.
You knew that I was a vet, but I'm not a vet because I never went to any vet school. It just, me, the good thing about me, I do numerous research. I have to know how to interact with these animals. Even I think they've been seeing in my videos where we are together. Actually, the farm tour. We did a farm tour.
Exactly.
And I think I'll be posting that video soon, very soon. It won't even take 2 days. I'll be having those videos.
So guys, go and check him. We had a tour on my farm. And you can see the reason why I'm telling you, he has a good knowledge and very educative. So that shows me that his content is for education purpose. Am I right?
You are right.
So kindly guys, check him out. On the video that we made today, it's a very educative video.
Really educative.
And if I'll be maybe wanting to know something, I'll be referring to that video.
Exactly, you are right.
Let me tell you one thing I wanted to do, and I learned from him. I wanted to crossbreed my dog.
Yes. You told me that.
And he explained to me well. So I learned from him, and I realized it's not good for me to crossbreed it. It will bring maybe some challenges. So you can just go and check him out. You can check him out. So you said you've been working. Which challenges? Let me ask you this first. Which kind of farming have you been dealing with since you started for the last 4 years now?
Actually, I've been handling animals, so that means I've been taking care of animals. Yeah, when taking care of animals, that means cleaning the dairy,
Yeah.
doing everything about management practices.
Yeah.
Yeah, going ahead because I was quick in learning these things. I was even treating these animals in that farm. Yeah,
You personally?
I personally.
Okay.
Yes, because even I have some script about me handling these animals, even how to handle an animal during giving birth.
You know that?
Yes, I've helped a lot of
Wow.
animals in
Wow.
that
Wow.
farm.
Mm.
Yeah, actually in scientific name they call it dysoxia. That is difficulties in giving birth. Yeah, I've handled a lot of cases containing the dysoxia cases.
Mm.
Yes.
Wow, that's good.
And
That's
also
good.
in terms of farming,
Mm.
yeah, we have planted when I was there, we used to plant numerous fodder for the livestock. That means even legumes, the likes of beans,
Yeah.
the likes of maize. You know, the Wasingishu County, it is a land for farming. Yeah,
Yeah.
people have large shamba, so that means they are having very big plantations. Yeah,
Mm.
so if somebody sacrifices about planting, let's say maize, he does that with a lot of passion because what they mean a real business.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
true.
why
That
even
is
if
true.
they harvest their maize on that side,
Mm.
it affects the prices of maize countrywide.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they do it in bulk.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is true.
Yes.
That is true. So you've said you've been dealing with cows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dairy farms. You've
Yeah,
been in a
dairy farm.
farm.
Yes, dairy
So
farm.
yes, I've gone several areas
Yes.
purposely for benchmarking. There is a time when I was in, I went to Kisii,
Yes.
I went to Kericho,
Yes.
just purposely to learn.
Yes.
So I learned a lot,
Yes.
but I thought it's expensive to maintain one.
No, okay. It is expensive, but you have to get a way that you have to get rid of this expensiveness, yeah?
Yeah.
Because to me, I see this venture as one of the easiest ways, yeah?
Mm.
Imagine you just waking in the morning, go maybe collect some feed for these animals, then you live there, eat there the whole day just feeding. You're doing nothing there.
Yeah.
Just make sure you have a lot of feed that can sustain there to maybe for some duration.
Yeah.
Having always to be have water at libitum, yeah?
Yeah.
Water should always be there. You know, one thing that affects our animals here, somebody maybe only gives their cows water when it reaches maybe lunchtime.
Yeah, yeah.
And they
That
go
is
with a
true.
basin,
Yeah.
they give the animal, then after that,
you carry back your
yeah,
basin.
you carry back your basin. Now that you call it the end of the day, yeah, the end of the game in this livestock industry.
Yeah, that is
But
true.
it shouldn't be that way.
Mm.
The animal has to be having a free water should be always be there. And apart from that, even mineral leaks. It is very hard to get individuals here in the village giving the animals mineral leaks.
Pause. Guys, now English is not vegetable. Tell us, what is mineral
Leaks.
leaks? What is mineral leaks?
Okay, these are just supplements, yeah?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to minerals. The minerals that we have, let's say in dairy industry, yeah?
Yeah.
You know something about...
Or like dairy mills.
No. These are just sulfuric that contains calcium, phosphorus, zinc, magnesium, all those elements. Yeah, those are just elements that an animal needs.
Like I've seen something like that reddish. It's a salt, but reddish in powder form.
Yeah, because actually there is reddish one, there is a whitish one, and there is also gray one, and also the blue one.
Okay.
So it depends with the stage of the animal, because for the blue one, most of it is made for the blue for, let's say, for the bulls, and some blue even for calves. Yes.
Okay, I'm learning that. That. And what do you think about maybe starting a dairy farm?
That's my ambition.
Will it be possible or profitable? Not possible. Yes, everything is possible. But the question is,
Yes.
do you think it's profitable?
It is very much profitable because, let me just give you a good scenario. Yeah, I want to put Eldoret to this picture.
Yeah.
And Isibania or Nyabohanse to this picture, because these are just two towns that I think it's only distance, like less than 2 kilometers apart. Yeah? So let me just bring this picture near us here. This is why venturing to dairy industry is very it will be having, okay, it will be very profitable venturing it here in Nyabohanse or Isibania, because you see back in Eldoret, yeah, people have a lot of animals. The demand for milk is not as compared to here, because here people don't have good breeds of animals that can produce a lot of milk. So that means that you see the only option they're having there is just selling their milk to the dairy
Farms.
or cooperatives,
Yeah.
where they
The
collect-
dairy industries, not farms.
Yes, dairy industry or the cooperatives, so that the cooperatives can take that milk to the dairy industries. So you see that they have a specific price of, actually when I
A
was
fixed
there,
price now. Yeah.
yes, I was there last week, and a liter of milk, it goes at 50 shillings.
That is cheap.
That is cheap. That's why I'm telling you there is opportunity here. Now when you translate that to here, yeah, because okay, I'm now talking about prices of milk.
Yeah.
So when you come here to Isibania and Nyabohanse, you get that a liter of milk you can even get even around 90 and above. Okay, let's say an average of 70 and
No,
above.
not
Okay.
70. 70 is cheap.
Yeah, because here
80. Let's
yes,
talk of 80.
80 and above.
Yeah.
And do you know what? As compared to those people in Eldoret, in terms of resources, that means about fields and the entire thing. This land that we are in, it is very productive, because you see, like Eldoret, they only have one planting season, but here people do
There are
two planting seasons.
Yeah.
So is that advantage or a disadvantage?
It's an advantage.
An advantage. So that means feed here is throughout, but people don't know how to venture into this business. You see now, for there, they are just because they know there is when the feed is in plenty, they have to make maybe silage. They have to harvest a lot, and then they conserve that to be used for a longer duration. As compared to us here, we only go cut, carry, give the animal. Tomorrow I wake up very early in the morning, cut, carry to the. You see now, yeah, and the advantage about feed cost here. We have a lot of advantage. You know why? We have a country next to us here called Tanzania.
Yeah.
A lot of raw materials come from Tanzania. They do here at very good prices. Yeah. You see, imagine people from Eldoret come here, or they go to Uganda, so that they can get these raw materials at good prices and actually transport them to their place.
So let me interrupt you. You want to tell me people come from Eldoret that far to here so that they can buy from Tanzania?
Yes.
And we people, we are here, we can't even think of having such.
We are not even seeing that opportunity, because we are just fed up.
Yeah.
We know that life is good over here. We are not grasping that. We are not hungry. We are not hungry for this opportunity. Yeah. We just see things like this is something.
Everything is normal.
Yeah, everything is normal to us. But in reality, things are not normal. People here outside are really working. Yeah. They are really working. Like now you can see here in Isibania, there are a lot of lorries. You know, most of those maize are just going to be converted into feeds for animals. Yeah, because from that you can get something like a maize jam, wall maize from that, even fermented maize jam they are getting from that place. Yeah. So that is an opportunity we are really missing.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
so I've been also having that wish.
Yes.
It's not that I don't have that in mind.
Yes.
I also have that target. For me, I was not even thinking of. Let me ask you before I tell you my wish.
Yeah.
For someone maybe to have a good dairy farm.
Yes.
How many or what number?
Yes.
Is that person required to have for him to have enough milk?
The number of livestock.
Yeah.
Okay. These are just challenge you. Yeah. Because never look production in terms of number of animals you'll be having. It is like somebody was asking me in my YouTube channel that my brother farm with Maxwell. How many liters of milk can I get so that I can resign where I was working from? I just told him blank point. Yeah, you don't even need the number of animals. What you need is the production. Yeah. If you have one animal that is giving you 30 liters and above, yeah, You can design and come back to the village and venture to
30
the farm.
liters.
Yeah, 30 liters.
Exactly.
Because this animal can sustain itself. Because at the end of the day, you'll get that that 30 liters. Maybe if you sell maybe the 30 liters even at 60 shillings, you get that you have 1,800
per day.
Yes, per day.
Yeah.
You take that 1,800. Yeah. That is just feeding for the animal. You make sure it is you are
Well
feeding it
fed.
well and everything. It get access to everything. You have your profit of 1,000 bob. Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Imagine
true.
you from one animal, you have a profit of 1,000 bob. Is it sustainable?
It's sustainable.
Yes.
The reason why I'm telling you,
Yes.
we have the difference between quantity and quality.
Quality. Yes.
You may have 100 cows or
Yes.
100 livestock,
Yes.
and I have 10,
Yes.
and I have a lot of milk,
Yes.
and you don't have milk.
Exactly. So that's why I was telling you, don't look this as a perspective. Maybe you are now looking at how much milk will I get from the 100 animal. Just look how much amount of milk does this one animal gives me. How much animals, because maybe you have your target.
Yeah.
Let's say if your target is around 90 liters or 100 liters, you now ask your question that because I have one animal producing 30 liters, how many animals will I require getting to those 100 liters? So you'll see, I only need maybe 4 animals, then I'll be there. Irrespective, because when you have let's say 4 animals, so that means you have to know the animal that will be going on drying is the duration before
Without milking.
without milking too, when it will be actually when it will be giving birth. You know that. And also you'll be having a schedule where I have peak production and where the production is below optimal, or where the production is at least this one. When you have at least a good number of animals, at least your productive curve, it should be almost straight, because you have to satisfy the demand of the market and the supply. You must supply to them milk the way they need. Yes.
So I expected you to talk about this. I mentioned quality and quantity.
Quality.
Which type or which breed is the best quality? Because so
yes,
you're
asking me about quality.
We have different breeds.
Yes.
Which is the best breed? Because we have local cows. Like in my compound, I have a breed whereby you can't even get 5 liters. Even if you take good care of it, you can't get. So which is the best breed?
So the best breed of an animal that produces a lot of milk, that is Frisian.
Frisian.
Yeah, that is Frisian. Okay, we have Frisian and we have
Asian.
Holstein Frisian.
Okay.
These are two different animals.
Sorry.
Yeah?
Asian and
Frisian and Holstein Frisian. Holstein Frisian produces a lot of milk, even more than Frisian. But having these two animals, you'll be having a lot of milk. That is about quantity of milk.
Yeah.
When it comes to quality of milk, Ayrshire has better fat content, as compared to the Frisian. So that means it can thrive well to this environment. The animal that has, let's say at least something that are appreciable more than even Ayrshire, it is now the Guernsey and the Jersey. For them, they have the best now quality milk. So that means if you want to get quality, start from Ayrshire, Guernsey, and the Jersey. Actually, Jersey is the best, But remember, in terms of production, it is not that appreciable. But when you want quantity milk, go for Frisian. And just give you maybe something, remember something about quantity, how you feed your animals. Because I've seen an Ayrshire, I've seen a Jersey that produces more than 25 liters of milk. Even it exceeds some Frisians and some Holstein Frisians. So that means in this venture, you have to do proper feeding of your animals.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that is good.
Yes.
But for me, I think if I want to invest on such a project, I think I'll not prefer having the one that will give quality milk. I'll go for quantity because the price is still the same.
Yes, the price is almost the same. And
Not almost,
okay,
it's the same.
It's the same.
In this area,
Okay.
because we are just talking about this area.
Exactly.
So in this area, if you invest
Yes.
in something that will get, yes, it's the best quality,
Yes.
but the price is the same to that one.
To that one. So invest for quantity.
Invest for quantity in that case.
Yes. Yes.
But maybe for family use, you can
Yes.
invest for the
Quality.
quality.
What you can do, you can just integrate, yeah. You just maybe have some 4 freshen, then 1 usher. So that
Then you mix.
yeah, then you mix.
Yeah, that's also a good idea.
Yes.
So why can't you have even one? Because for me, I was thinking if I manage to have only one good cow,
Yes.
I could be rich. If I manage, yes, I started the bee project,
Yes.
but because of some challenges, if I complete the bee project and
Yes.
have at least 1 or 2
Yes, animals.
good
Yes.
animals,
You'll be good to go.
yeah, I'll be rich.
You'll be rich.
Yeah, that is true. I'll be rich.
Me, okay. I also have those ambitions. Remember, I don't have land.
Okay.
Even if I have now 1 animal, where can I place that animal? I have no land. I have no finances to buy an animal.
Yeah.
So what I usually tell people is God's plan and my time will reach.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and that is true.
And I hope
that's how it is.
when we are now talking here, maybe somebody somewhere seated will hear say, Farm with Maxwell, I've just heard your story and
I want to give you
I
one.
want to give you 1 cow.
Let it be that way.
Yeah, because I really appreciate,
Let it
yeah,
be that
because this venture is very profitable.
Yeah, and
Yes.
that is true. And
Yes.
that is true.
And I think something about adaptability and something like climate, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody should cheat you that maybe with an animal from the, we have these myths, but somebody is telling you that if you bring an animal maybe from Nairobi to here, it will die because of this or reduce production, yeah. Do you know even in Mandera where we have actually sun, we have freshers there.
Okay, and they
Yes.
survive.
Very well and very productive, yeah. Because one thing that I usually tell people, once it's only people, maybe I can just say people are greedy. Why do I say that? People want to bring an animal without consultation.
Yeah.
Because first, before even you bring an animal to this location, you have to consult, you have to know what type of disease is here. Yeah? How will I graze, how will I feed this animal? Should I put it in zero grazing or just leave it there outside? Remember, the animals that are just free range there outside are the ones being infected with a lot of diseases.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Zero grazing. You see, like places like Mandera, the northeastern side of Kenya, they have just mimicked what is happening maybe in the dairies like in Gudunguri. You see the way that environment is. You get that somebody has even funds for having fun for animal, so that to create that climatic condition, yeah, just to mimic it the way it is there and translate it to the Mandela's environment. With that, you see that at least in terms of adaptability, in terms of production, and they maintain about feeding, yeah, because you can transport even the hay, the silage from any other place in the country to those places, yeah.
That
Yes.
is true.
Yes.
So that was just about the
Adaptability.
yeah, and
Yes.
we are talking about dairy farming.
Dairy farming, yes.
Yeah. About the goats.
Still the goats, huh?
Have you dealt with goats?
Yes, I've dealt with goats so many times. Yeah, because we have different kinds of goat. Even let's say if one person want to venture in dairy goats, maybe it does very well.
Yeah.
Even in this area, the dairy goats, even the other breeds of goat, because this is a profitable venture. But make sure when you're venturing to that, you must have something like you call integrated farming, where
What is that?
where you diversify, yeah. You don't only have goat. You try having other breeds of animal that can support this enterprise.
Okay.
Yes, just have something to support this. Let's say you have dairy, yeah? Let's say the dairy cattle that you get milk from. You see, this is a sustainable enterprise that this animal can feed itself and the entire thing. So you having maybe goat, is that even if you want to put them in a zero grazing, you know what happens? You get that that enterprise can support this enterprise in this such a way. When the feed remains from the cattle, you can bring here to goats.
Yeah, exactly.
And they feed on
And that
those,
is true.
those remains. So you try to integrate both of these things together. It's the same as those who have poultry. I usually encourage them to be having pigs because the remains from poultry there you bring, because it's
feed to
basically grains.
pigs.
Yeah, you feed those waste to pigs, and they grow very well. Yeah, they become fat. Yeah, yes. Just try integrating.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
I've learned that. And with the goats, I've seen they're affected. There's a time when I managed to buy a goat,
Yeah.
and I bought that goat, but it was exported from Tanzania.
Yes.
Just a local goat.
Yeah.
But the problem was it was not easy for it to adopt to the type of feed. With them, they feed them mostly with the rice chunk.
Yes.
But for us here, we feed goats with greens,
Yes.
leaves or grass.
Yes.
It was really a big challenge for it. It never adapted.
So what I usually tell farmers, yeah, when you are going to buy something from somewhere, just make sure you do a proper research.
Yeah.
What this animal is feeding on. So when you're buying that, because if you are able to buy this animal and you get it all the way from maybe Tanzania to Kenya, make sure that you know what it was eating there. If you cannot access that feed in Kenya, make sure you carry with yourself maybe a bag of it. There is something that we call a transitional feeding regime, where that you carry some amount of feed from that place, you come with it here. Now it is now you start something like this, calling now feeding transitionally. So that means you now, so what you got there, you just, okay, you start this way. What you got there, you put maybe 3/4 of it. And what you have here, you put 1/4 of it. Now it is like you are now transiting, yeah? You just introduce to it slowly, slowly by slowly. With time, in the next maybe a month, it will be knowing that if I don't get this, I'll be this. Because when you start with 3/4, you go, you squeeze yourself to a half, you go a quarter,
then you delete it.
you delete it, then you go straight to that one. You'll make it, my brother.
So you are just advising me it's not good to buy an animal from the market, because yes, when maybe you want to keep that animal,
Yes.
and like me,
Yes.
I asked that person very well because we were in the market.
Yes.
Yes, this got from Tanzania, because we don't prefer buying animals to come for keeping.
Yes.
So he said no.
Yeah.
So you are advising me it's better to go to the farm, yeah?
Yeah, me what I usually advise even the cattle, those who wants to keep cattle in their farms, I usually tell them, never buy an animal for keeping from the market. This is the reason why I'm telling you. Let me give you a very good example, yeah? Today, of which I don't know, you don't have an animal.
Yeah.
If today maybe you'll be having a cattle that produces 30 liters of milk,
Yeah.
will you sell that animal?
Not
And you know
easy.
very well that this animal is producing for me 30 liters of milk. Then another thing is that when I inseminate this animal, it just one touch it conceives. Will you sell that animal?
No.
You will never sell that
I can't
animal.
sell it easily.
Most of those animals that are being sold in the market, especially the marketplace, yeah, that means, remember, you when you want to sell that or that one, or let's say that animal of yours that is very productive, you won't even start maybe shouting there that you're selling an animal. You just tell one person that you are selling that animal. No, just sell it to me, because he knows the value of that animal, so it won't reach to that extent of the market. You see, so many of these animals that have in the market, they have a lot of challenges, my friend. Yes, they have a lot of challenges. Apart from having a lot of challenges, somebody is selling this animal because, okay, I usually tell people, if you want to buy a very good animal, don't go and buy the animal that has already calved down, that has already gave birth. Because a lot of these animals are being sold because of complications.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't get pregnant. Those means that the reproductive system is not good. Another issue is about maybe the production is very low. That's the reason they're selling. Another thing means that this animal is very aggressive. I have friends who have bought animals, but you
that
can't
is
even
true.
touch the breast. They kick you, they knock you, they do the entire things with you, yeah? And other people even sell their animal because they are too old.
Yeah.
Because nobody will tell you that okay, you can see this animal looks good, but when you get the history about this animal, you'll be told that this animal even gave birth to 10 calves.
Yeah.
What will you be doing with that animal? Nothing, because that is something like a
That
short
that
term,
is
yeah?
true. That is true.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
just
I've
get a
learned
farm.
that. I've learned
Yes.
that. Yeah. So we've talked. Have you ever been in a pig farm?
Most of the times I work with everything. I
Okay.
work with everything. Yeah.
Okay, no
Yes.
problem. About the pig,
Yeah, a pig is a very good venture,
yeah.
but make sure you integrate with one of the profitable venture that matches the pig. That is the poultry sector. Yeah, don't keep pig because people are keeping.
Yeah,
This is an
exactly.
expensive venture. Yeah?
Yeah.
Remember, you going buy some feed for it. At the end of the day, you'll get maybe what you expect from there is only the piglet.
And it maybe take a long time for
Yeah,
it
it
to
will
conceive.
take a lot of time for it to conceive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, I usually encourage people to venture in. How many ventures? Two ventures. Let these others be like a supportive venture. Yeah, just invest in dairy system and invest in poultry management. Yeah, these two ventures, because you get what is okay. Something like this. Okay, these two ventures, especially when you are starting, it is not that profitable as such. But once you start selling milk,
Yeah.
you now see the
Milk,
profit.
it's always on
Yes.
demand.
When you start selling eggs,
Always on demand.
that is a
You
daily
don't look
thing.
for the market,
You
but
don't
the
look
market
here
is
for the
always
market.
looking for
Yeah,
you.
the market will be looking for you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the reason why I actually encourage people to venture in these things. Something about maybe the goats, the sheep, okay, you can do them, but just do them like something like because you're passionate, but have something on top that gives you daily returns.
I'm confused.
Yes.
Are you a thief?
Why?
Yes or no? It's
No,
just a
I'm
question.
not
You are not a
thief.
thief.
Yes.
You've told me something today.
Yes.
You stole something from my mind.
Yes.
I've also been having the same idea.
Yes.
There is my live stream that I did,
Yes.
second last,
Yes.
and I was telling people
Yes.
if you only have 2 dairy cows
Yeah.
and bees,
Yes.
if you can't manage bees,
Yeah.
just try poultry.
Yeah,
the same
poultry.
thing you are just saying.
Yes.
So why are you having my mind?
Because
Why are you taking my mind?
because maybe you are thinking
You are
together.
stealing my
Yeah?
mind.
Because you see, a lot of these things you have to
I
research.
think
Yeah?
you have visions.
Yeah, because I have a lot of visions, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm hopeful God will make that way. Yeah?
Imagine I did that live stream
Yeah.
before meeting.
Yes, you did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, I was preferring bees.
Yes,
When you compare the price of honey
yes,
and eggs,
yes.
which one is expensive?
Actually, honey is very expensive, yeah.
And,
but remember,
yes,
the
that
honey
is
is
it.
seasonal, yeah.
Yeah.
It is seasonal.
Okay.
Yes.
I know that. And which one is easy to get or cheaper to get?
Cheaper to get, actually, it is honey. Honey is
Yeah.
cheaper to get.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why do you prefer poultry than honey or bees? You know, for me, what I know, for bees, you
Yeah.
just buy the hives.
Yes.
You attract the bees when they are already trapped.
Yes.
You'll only be harvesting and selling. But for the poultry,
Yes.
you have to be feeding, vaccinating, taking your time. But with honey, you just go to pick money there.
Okay, let me
Yeah,
tell
why
you
do you
one of
prefer
the
that?
reasons, yeah?
Mm.
For poultry, irrespective of where you are. Let's say you are in a plot.
Yeah.
Let's say you are in a town like maybe say Nairobi. You can venture into poultry farming because you only require building a structure there and putting the chicken there. That is already venturing into poultry. But when it comes to bees, yeah?
Yeah.
You never have a beehive. You will never have a beehive in a rental place. You will never have, because when you walk in the market, you can see even some people, because they have a business somewhere, You can see they are just they have some chicken there in a cage. They are just doing their own because just feeding. Even the homestead. I have farmers who they have maybe in their petitioning, they have some poultry in their houses.
Yeah.
You see, so that means working with poultry is very easy as compared to bees, because bees you have to attract them. Sometimes you can put even the beehive there, the whole month no bees has come there.
Yeah.
So it is a challenging thing, yeah?
Yeah. And that is true. That is
it's
true.
a challenging thing. Yes.
You've convinced
And
me.
okay, maybe you have that passion of bees, yeah? You
Yeah.
can keep bees, you can harvest your own honey.
Yeah.
You have that. I saw you are very brave with bees, eh? No any other person can be very brave with bees the way you are brave. Remember, I have that video, yeah? And they will be watching that video of bees, where you are walking, you are standing next to a beehive. And
today, this morning, I was just opening it.
Yes, you are opening it. Yeah. Bees are just there. I wish I could be there so that I can see the way you are opening the beehive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, people will be scared. Yeah.
You know, one thing with the bees.
Yes.
The bees are friendly.
Yeah.
When they don't have the honey, they don't have matured honey.
Yes.
But when they have honey that is ready for harvest.
Yeah.
They are very aggressive because now they are protecting the honey. You know, in the hive, you have different types of bees.
Yes.
And something good with the bees.
Yes.
If you belong to this hive,
you
can't enter that hive.
Yes, it's true.
If you enter, yes, you can enter, but you will not come back alive.
Yeah, they will kill you.
And sometimes it's risky. Maybe hunting this hive.
Yes.
Without even washing your hands, go to handle that.
Yeah.
They can attack you.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for the bees,
yes,
we have the types of bees that are purposely for security.
For security
purpose.
Yes.
So they are very kind.
And they don't get out of that unit. Yeah.
And they are not in the hive until when they have honey.
Yeah.
So if you go, like yesterday I was there at night,
I
was relocating the hives from the bushes to the apiary.
Yes.
They were all asleep, the bees.
Yes.
Even at the entrance, no bees were there. You couldn't even realize that those hives, they have bees. But when I'll be going maybe during harvesting season, when you reach to the entrance, you'll even not notice that is the entrance. Because they will be full of bees now for security.
Protecting the what they were doing in the entire journey. So a difficult work.
It's not that I have courage.
Yes.
It's because I know how to deal with them.
Yes.
There is a time when I can't even enter that room.
Exactly.
The way I was.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is it. And before we end the interview, let me ask you.
Yes.
How long have you been in this area?
This area?
Yeah.
Lifetime.
Lifetime?
Yeah.
In this area, you have, let me say, Korea. Yeah.
I was born here. I was raised here.
Yeah.
I've learned here. Actually, I started my old primary schooling. It was here. I learned here in the Sibania Boys, my secondary school. So, the only thing why I'm not known, I'm just silent,
And that's a good life.
Yeah, I live in a silent life that a lot of people don't know me. Actually, a lot of people, they don't know me. Yeah.
But try, at least you should have even a dog. If you have
yes, I'll have. I know. I have, because I'm a passionate farmer. I know I'll be having the dogs. Maybe it's all about time. Yeah. My time is coming. Yeah. And hopeful. Very soon.
So before we end the live, not the live, the video, you've told me you've been here.
Yes.
And what do you think about youths of this area?
Is
it because they don't have that mind, or is it because of they lack funds? What do you think? Why are they not coming up? They are just only waiting for the employment.
What I can just say is something like is in their mind that the only one.
Sorry. The people are interrupting.
Yeah.
You just live in a plot. You can't tell them to keep quiet. I am sorry for that.
Quiet. So the reason why people are not working in this area, because in their mind they believe that the white collar jobs are the way to go. You see, they don't want to dedicate themselves into venturing for maybe self-employment. Yeah, somebody sees farming as a very bad venture,
Yeah,
a dirty venture,
Yeah.
a dedicated venture that he cannot go to a shamba then start digging, maybe doing some making himself busy. So what I can just say about you, sir, is just the act of being lazy.
Oh,
They're
exactly.
being lazy because
So
they
guys,
want to sacrifice
I wanted to
themselves.
hear it from you that way,
Yes.
and that is the way I also have it in mind.
Yes.
So for those who are watching this video and they are from this area, kindly, if you have the resources, just do it. And even if you don't have the resources, even myself, you are in my farm, I don't have resources. That's why you've seen, if I'm interested in having a bird,
Yes.
I'll start by buying an egg.
An egg, you
Because
start from
egg
somewhere.
it's a bit cheap.
Cheap, yes.
So, but right now, if I sell that bird,
Yeah.
I will even have, let me say, 100 eggs.
Yes.
So, just start investing on agriculture.
Yeah. Yes.
Datify yourself, but earn something rather than just sitting relaxing, wait for the white collar job, and it doesn't come. With me, I always say this: I'll never wait for the employment.
Yes.
Employment will wait for me, and that is my motto.
And do you know what?
Yeah.
When we are talking about this agricultural sector,
Yeah.
there is nothing cheap or there is nothing that has market as compared to this agricultural sector, because
Yeah, that is true.
food comes from the agriculture. So
Agriculture.
every other time people should eat.
Exactly.
Yeah? So that means even if you have your kitchen garden anywhere where you have your vegetables, you just take some vegetable there, go sell, get your money. If you have ventured maybe in poultry, you can, when you don't have money, you can just take one of the chicken there, you go in the market and sell, you'll be having money. So
You
we
don't have something
opportunity.
to eat, you can
Yes.
take eggs, fry, then eat.
Then eat.
And imagine the way I started.
Yes.
I started like kitchen garden.
Yes.
That's why you can see I'm a small scale farmer.
Yes, yes, yes.
All plants that you saw there,
Yes.
I did them like my kitchen garden.
Yes.
But imagine I'm earning, even if it's small.
Yes.
I don't buy vegetables.
Yes.
So I have my vegetables, which means I've reduced the cost of
The cost.
living. At the same time, I earn maybe something
Yeah.
from that, maybe some credits to upload the video
Yes.
from the vegetable farm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if I need a shirt, maybe I will get it from the vegetable.
Vegetables.
So it's a small,
Yeah.
I don't have land, and the land that you saw, it's I hire that land
Yes.
for planting the crops.
Yeah, even I saw
So
you.
it's very small. You saw?
Yeah, I saw you maybe telling people that the land wants to be sold.
Yeah, that land is on
But
sale.
what I know, yeah,
Yeah,
these subscribers, they are watching you, yeah.
yeah.
One of the subscriber will decide then get that land for you.
I
that's my
could be really
prayer.
happy. I could really
And
happy.
that's my prayer, because I know these subscribers, they're just seated watching you, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
miracles will happen, my brother.
Amen. Let
Miracles
it be
will
that way.
happen.
And I'm sure if I own that land,
Yes.
I can even buy more
Yes.
other lands from that.
Yes, because
I can decide even one season I want to plant a particular, maybe let's say tomatoes.
Yes.
You know, tomatoes are very profitable.
Yeah, very profitable.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that I like about you, you are somebody who is very much dedicated, because I was touring that farm, I was like, this is just a village boy venturing to this or farming. I wasn't even realizing I was in Nyabuhanse village. I thought that I was there maybe in Eldoret.
Yeah.
But you know, even Eldoret people, what do? They are just doing what we call farming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, it's noisy.
Yeah.
But since we don't have that authority to tell them to keep quiet, but when we will be maybe blessed and have our own
Our homes.
maybe
Uh,
that one will be
We
sorted.
can venture to this.
So thank you so much,
Yes.
Maxwell. Kindly guys, if you've been watching us, or even if you didn't watch us, but you are lucky to get this part, or you lucky to hear me, I'm requesting you this: go and check him at Farm with Maxwell, subscribe to his channel, just like his videos, play his playlist, and support him in whichever way. You can even decide and buy for him a dog. so that you can have something.
Yeah, be very
We just start
thankful,
small,
yeah?
small.
Yeah, it's just
Nobody-
small, yeah.
When a baby is born with 1 day old,
Yes.
I've never seen someone being born a man
Yeah.
for 30 years. We start from one.
Yeah, from somewhere.
For me,
Yeah.
I'm saying from experience. I just start from eggs.
Yes.
A lot of things I start from eggs. A lot of birds.
Yeah.
So just trust the process. So
Yes.
see the last word before you end.
So my last word, I'll say that I'm really thankful to you because hosting somebody to your channel, yeah, that means you are such a nice person, because not any other person can host you to his channel, because you can see people having their channel, but that is lifestyle channel, yeah. Only him alone. If not him, her, maybe her wife, her husband, his husband. Yeah, it is just rotating. But you having a visitor, then you are welcoming that visitor to your channel, is just a good thing.
Post
Thank
that
you.
video. Let me check on that. Oh, sorry, the child was making a lot of noise.
Yes.
I thought the mother is not there, so I went to check on him.
Yes.
You know, sometimes having such a child cry, you may get maybe the child has injured himself
Yes.
and someone is not close to help.
Yes.
So I went to check. Sorry for that.
Okay, so that's my thankful note, and so let's make sure that I just encourage people. You can come to that far end where it is called Farm with Maxwell, so as you can watch me too, so that because we have the same ambitions, so I think it will be a good match for us. I'm really thankful. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Welcome and welcome again. And the reason why I host you here, I really like seeing maybe youths growing.
It's true.
Yeah, because I've learned from you. If I couldn't host you, I couldn't learn. So thank you so much, guys. Let's meet in the next vlog. Bye bye.
So bye bye, guys.